everybody, and welcome to Plaid Stallion's Toy Ventures. And this is the third chapter, the final chapter, the search for Spock, if you will, of my road trip series. And this is an interesting story because I really had low expectations at this point. This was on my way home, and I was going home via Buffalo, New York, which is a town that I did not grow up in, but I grew up on its many television channels like 29 and Channel 7 with Irv Weinstein and Commander Tom. So I feel a little bit like an honorary Buffalo native. I can drive by businesses that have been there for a while, and I know their jingles from the 80s. So, I consider myself part of Buffalo. And I have been going to the Antique World flea market for about 30 years now. This is just outside of Buffalo in a town called Clarence, New York, and there's some folks there that, I haven't seen in 3 years, and that's really weird. That's the longest time in my adult life of not going there. I always go there at least once or twice a year. And all I was hoping was that the folks that I used to see there would still be there post-COVID. I'm very happy to report that not only were those expectations met, all those folks were still there, but I was absolutely not prepared. The amount of vintage toys I saw that day, I was absolutely blown away. I planned to spend only about half an hour there. I ended up spending an hour and a half taking photos and chatting with people, and I ended up with something very special at the end of the day. It was tough to choose what I was going to pick up. But as always, what I will do is I will show you a slideshow, and it is a great slideshow full of eye candy. And then we'll talk about what I picked up and maybe what I regretted not picking up. Hang tight. Just a very quick plug that issue 7 of our magazine, Toy Ventures, based on this show, is now available for pre-order, and we are offering subscriptions for the next 3 issues of Toy Ventures magazine if you're tired of ordering issues at a time. Subscribing to our magazine will guarantee that you get the pre-order premium bonus serial prize every time. Details are below. Thank you for watching. So yeah, that was my trip to Buffalo's Antique World. I also ended up at another antique mall on the way out that was particularly great. Unfortunately, my camera batteries died around this time, so I only snapped a few photos that you're seeing here. And my own personal battery started to, die down. I wanted to go home. I wanted to see my kids and my dog and my wife. So I just went home, but I do plan to return to Buffalo by the end of the summer. So what did I pick up? Well, if you guys remember, at the start of this, I had 3 things I really wanted to get. One was the Big Jim Kung Fu Studio, Oddball Planet of the Apes items, and of course, Mego knockoff figures. And of course, I found Mego knockoff figures on the first 2 legs of my trip. And on this one, I was lucky enough to find one more thing. I did not find a Kung Fu Studio. I can't believe how many campers and Sky Commanders I ran into, but there was no Kung Fu Studios to be had. However, I did find this. And I know it's not a toy, but it is the large Chenko Planet of the Apes trash can. And I've wanted this for a long time. The price was like every penny in my pocket, but I thought, you know what? I came all this way. So this is it. I will be using this as a trash can in my office, and I love it, and I'm super excited to have it. It's a strange thing. It's not a toy, but it is an oddball Planet of the Apes item. My one regret at this was this beautiful Ljn Swat Playset. I met the fellow that had this for sale. I've always been enamored of this playset, even though I don't collect the Ljn SWAT figures, but it's just so cool looking. And I was really tempted by it. He knew what he had, and he had it was a fair price, but it was more than I had. And he was a collector of Ljn, and I really enjoyed chatting with him, but I really wanted it, but it wasn't in the cards. So that has been my road trip series. I hope you've enjoyed this road trip series as much as I've had making it. And I plan to do another one fairly soon, actually, probably towards the end of the summer. I'm also very happy to announce that I might have purchased a Big Jim Kung Fu Studio, and that will be the next episode of Toy Ventures. I'm really going to have a lot of fun with that one. So thank you as always for watching, folks. If you're new to this, I hope you will consider hitting like and subscribe. This is what we do every week. Until next time, be well and talk toys, not other people. Cheers.